Well, hi, I'm Cody Sandall, and if Protestants had saints, I knew a woman who would have been on the short list of nominees. She had an incredibly deep faith. She had brought many to Christ, actually, through her deeds and through her words. She was universally respected in our church and actually by thousands of people around the world who knew her. She had prayed for and witnessed miraculous healings in other people, but now she needed that miraculous healing herself. Cancer. So those thousands of people around the world rallied around her in prayer, and one night she had a very vivid dream of a brilliant light overcoming her, and she woke up feeling different. So she started telling everyone who would listen that she had been miraculously healed. And so she and her husband joyfully went to the doctor to confirm what they already knew. He ran some tests, went out, came back into the room with the test results, gave them the news. The cancer was worse than it had ever been. Untreatable. She wasn't healed. As I read the third chapter of Ephesians, I see that Paul is a prisoner, someone who has suffered greatly and is suffering still. But that's not a result of Paul offending God. It's not that he is suffering from God's wrath. Neither was my friend. But both of them had thousands of people praying for them, plenty of people praying for them, and yet they still suffered. I know some people who think that, when things are going well in life, that they must be getting rewarded by God for good behavior, and when things really go down the tubes, that they're being punished by God for doing something wrong. But as I read this third chapter of Ephesians, I don't see that kind of thinking anywhere. I see that the faithful, like Paul, sometimes suffer even though they are following Christ very closely. But despite that suffering, Paul still encourages the church in Ephesus to know the love of Christ which surpasses knowledge. So I wonder, when you experience suffering, do you still know the love of Christ? When you witness suffering, can you still see the love of Christ? As you read this third chapter of Ephesians, I encourage you to think about the times that you've experienced or witnessed suffering, and where was God in that? Enjoy chapter 3.